Welcome to Nevis Gaming.
Alright, so today's goal, we are going to look at the current metagame and counter it with some of that wacky shit. Looking at the current metagame, I wanted to look at at least the top 6 Pokemon. So if we go to Pikalytics and look, right now Zacian and Incineroar are at an astounding 60% usage. We're going to see those guys on 3 out of 5 teams, so we better be prepared to see them. In addition to that, we have Kyogre coming in as a very strong, usually water, usually special attacker, as well as 2 electric types in Regieleki and Thundurus, and Grimmsnarl, which usually is a screen support, fake out. He can do so many things, so you never really know what you're going to get with Grimmsnarl, which is why he's up there. That 60% though is just like insane right now. I cannot believe that. So we better get ready for that. Incineroar tends to be a very versatile mon. It comes in with Intimidate to lower physical attackers' attack, so I want to try and use a special attacker, but I noticed in the top 5 sets that it has, they're all pretty much specially defensive except for one of them. The first one is going to be full HP with 68 special defense, then we got 204 HP and 212 special defense. We got a Jolly one to surprise people with its speed. Fourth one's going to be full HP with 100 special defense investment, and the fifth one's going to be almost full HP with 76 special defense investment. So we're going to need something that doesn't care about Intimidate, that hits hard on Incineroar. Now, this mon is so prevalent that I thought the question of the day might be, do we think Incineroar is an oppressive mon that limits creativity in our team building, or is he just a little mischievous kitty? The mon that came to mind for me is Gastrodon. So not only does it have 2 stab moves that go against Incineroar, but ground is going to be great against Zacian, and it has Storm Drain to absorb Kyogre, who's number 3, and ground type is immune to electric moves from the Thundurus and the Regieleki. So it seems like Gastrodon might have something to go here. However, its special attack's only 92. It doesn't hit very hard. How are we going to adjust for that? We're going to put 252 and a Quiet Nature on this bad boy, and we're going to run a surprise item, a Choice Specs. We're going to run Earth Power, Ice Beam, Scald, and Yawn, just because, I don't know, I might want to get in there and yawn some people. So we are going to see what happens here with Gastrodon, but he's going to be our secret slugger. Okay, so here's what our secret slugger is going to do that normally it does not do. With a +1, you'll see how I get that +1 later, 252, Quiet Nature, and Choice Specs, Earth Power, definitely Oko's, guaranteed Oko on Zacian, right? Now, Incineroar tends to run Shuka Berry at times. I'm seeing a lot of Goggles or Citrus Berries or other berries like Agave, but sometimes it uses that Shuka Berry to have Earth Power and ground moves. So our other option is going to be Scald. Obviously, they're going to do the same damage if it doesn't have that Shuka Berry, but that's another guaranteed Oko on a 236 special defensive Incineroar. So this is our secrets that our slugger will just absolutely crush out of the park.
Oh, hot, 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 hot! Hot, 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 hot!
What does Gastrodon not like? It hates grass moves. So if we see a Rillaboom or anything else with a Grassy Glide, or any other grass moves coming out, like a Charizard with a solar power or something, we need to know how to counter that. Well, how are we going to counter that? Maybe a Heatran. He is hot, hot, hot. He is going to have Flame Body. If he comes in, switches in, and takes a hit, he has a good chance to burn that Zacian or whatever it may be. He is also going to have the Earth Power, and we're going to put an Expert Belt on him to make sure that he can do big damage to both Zacian and Incineroar. Now, the secret tech we have on Heatran right here is Flamethrower. Normally they run Heat Wave. It's a spread move, means it does less damage, and it's only 90% accurate. In most situations, that's pretty good, but for us, because we know that we're specifically countering Zacian with this guy, he is going to do Flamethrower, and he is going to absolutely spit hot fire all over that Sword Dog. Next up on the team, we got Mickey Dolans. If you don't know the reference, look it up. But if we come in and we know that ground is ×4 against Heatran, well, what reduces ground type power? Grass terrain. So we can bring in some grassy terrain. We can get the fake outs to help us annihilate these things. Grassy Glide works in Trick Room, out of Trick Room. And then I got Knockoff and Brick Break as some extra techs to help us out here. Now, I boosted its special defense. You can see I did not invest a lot in its attack. I want it to be able to switch in and take some special attack moves. So we're going to see if I can adjust that in the future, maybe take some off and put some more into attack. But for right now, I want to see what kind of hits can it live and what kind of things can it switch into. The other weird thing about this Rillaboom is that it has Iron Ball. You might be wondering why. Well, I want its terrain to be the slowest thing that's going to set, because if it comes in and it's faster than any other terrain setter, its terrain will get wiped over and overridden by the slower Mon. If Rillaboom is slowest, grassy terrain will go up and it will stay up. Okay, now we're using Fake Out and Grassy Glide, which are priority moves anyway, so I'm not concerned about that. If we get our Trick Room off, he's better in Trick Room with Iron Ball anyway. So that's kind of the goal here, and that's our secret tech on our Mickey Dolans. Next up, I wanted to add a support Mon to our team. So we got Nick Wild. Again, if you don't know the reference, look it up. We got this Riolu, little guy with a Focus Sash, and Prankster. Prankster's always nice to get some of these support moves off. He comes in with Quick Guard to prevent Fake Outs and other taunts and other Prankster Mons. He comes in with Copycat. You'll see why that will help us out in a little bit. It's there to counter Trick Rooms if we need it countered, and also help us set up Trick Room. He comes in with Coaching, which is great to boost our attack and our defense on our partners, so that's why I didn't invest as much attack into Rillaboom, and you'll see I'm not going to invest a lot of attack into our next Mon, because I know that I can get those Coaching off. Bullet Punch is going to be simply for revenge kills on Focus Sash Mons, and to help us self-proc a weakness policy on our next Mon. Okay, next up we have Your Hoarseness. Coming in as a heavy hitter, weakness policy, Calyrex Ice, a classic set. However, I did switch it up. So people expect this guy to be brave with max attack. I don't want that, alright? He's got huge defense, and I want to boost his special defense. I want him to take hits that people don't realize it's going to take, because I know that I'm going to get coaching boosts from Nick Wild. Now, it's a pretty classic move set and pretty classic item, so nothing there. The surprise tech here is the special defense, allowing it to take some hits that it normally will not take. Next up, we have Merman Pops. Our Merman is going to be a Life Orb Liquid Voice, minimum speed Primarina. Aqua Jet is our secret tech here. We're going to use that hopefully in a situation where we can Aqua Jet into Gastrodon and then just boost Gastrodon's special attack. Now, the other reason I like Primarina here, Merman, is for its Fairy typing. Fairy typing is going to allow us to switch in on obvious dragon moves because we're immune to them, and prevent attack drops onto either Rillaboom or Calyrex Ice. So we might be able to get a free switch in and waste a Dynamax move as well with Primarina. So we'll see that, and it's also a great finishing on the team because it's another special attacker. So now we got 3 special attackers, 2 physical attackers, and 1 really good support Mon to boost our attack and our defense. So we're going to see what we can do with the squad. Alright, so first game with the squad, I see that this guy does not have any priority moves, no fake out or anything to stop me. So I'm just going to lead Riolu and Calyrex Ice. I'm instantly going to go for my Trick Room by Dynamaxing Calyrex and using Trick Room to max guard, and then using Copycat with Prankster Riolu to instantly get Trick Room up before anything else happens. He tries to Spore into my Calyrex. I avoid the sleep there. He switches in his Calyrex Ghost, or Calyrex Shadow Rider, and I'm not scared at all. Here's where my special defensive investment comes into play. He Rage Powders, I Coaching, it's not affected by Rage Powder, and then I annihilate Amoonguss. Okay? Look at how much damage I take from this Calyrex. This is a super effective move. Oops. Less than half. So that special defense investment has already paid off in game 1, and I'm at +3 attack with 4 more turns of Trick Room. He brings in Charizard. I'm more concerned with Calyrex at this point. I get another coaching boost. He max guard, so my max Quake does not go through. And then you can see with Charizard, he does a Heat Wave. And yeah, I'm okay with that, right? Because I'm still under Trick Room. I'm the slowest Mon here. I am now not Dynamaxed. I know he can't guard. I get another coaching, and I just go for a Glacial Lance to see what I can do. And I annihilate both of them because I am max attack. I am +6 × 4 attack. And I still got another turn to Trick Room. What you gonna do about it? Well, turns out he actually protects to get rid of the Trick Room, which makes sense. I just went for the Bullet Punch, and I went for a Glacial Lance into the Protect, so he was able to get that, and now he takes some damage. That damage also, unfortunately, kills my Riolu, and I actually make a little bit of a misplay here by switching in Gastrodon. If I had switched in my Rillaboom, which is the other thing I brought in the back, I could have just faked out immediately and done a Trick Room and kept my Gastrodon alive. But I didn't know how to do that, so I had to protect with Calyrex and just let the Gastrodon go down and realize that I had wasted that. So right now I'm coming in, I'm going to fake out and get my Trick Room up. He protects, that's great. That's what I needed to force the fake out anyway. So on this turn, now that I got Trick Room up, I'm golden. I got 4 more turns, and Droogs forfeits because he sees that. So a little bit of a misplay there, but I was still able to finish it off pretty well. So we win game 1 against Droogs, and our rating, if you don't know, works very similar to ELO in chess, and based on your opponent's rating, you get a certain amount of points. So we get +42 because we were a lower rank than Droogs, and we move up to 1074. Alright, the first thing I notice about this team is it looks very sunny with Whimsicott and Groudon. So I am going to end up leading against his Charizard and Groudon, which I expected, with another Riolu and Calyrex Ice, because he does not have any priority. So I was banking on Whimsicott not coming in, just seeing if I could do it. Well, he gave it to me. So I'm going to do the Max Guard Copycat to get my Trick Room up immediately, and just not take any damage on Calyrex. He goes for a Fire Punch in Riolu and burns it. And because I'm max defense Riolu, he actually takes it, which is pretty hilarious. And then Charizard knocks it out with Heat Wave in the sun. Whatever, I don't care. I'm in Trick Room and I'm Dynamaxed. I brought Primarina because I see a lot of mons that are weak to water. I'm just going to try and chunk whatever I can with my Hyper Voice. That turns into water with my Liquid Voice ability. So I get the Ice into the Protected Groudon, which definitely lowers my output there, but I get Hail up, which lowers this Max Flare's attack on my Calyrex. Again, look at my special defenseman investment. He activates my weakness policy, he takes some solar power damage, and Groudon's going to try a double protect. That's only a 30% chance, but nope, I get it with the Ice, set up my Hail. Primarina easily knocks out the Charizard here with another Hyper Voice, which becomes single target, and I'm pretty golden right now. Calyrex is at 2.5 times. I still have two turns of Trick Room, and I'm looking like I'm in a really good spot. He brings in Venusaur and Urshifu. So I know Urshifu typically runs Focus Sash. I'm going to Moonblast into it. I was expecting Venusaur to try something, but it didn't. It just protected. So I hit the Urshifu, bring it down to its Sash, Moonblast it, kill it, and that was a great turn for me. I read it perfectly. This turn, I know Venusaur cannot protect, so I'm just going to do another Glacial Lance. Brave Snorlax realizes that there's nothing really he can do with a Venusaur, another Venusaur, and he forfeits. After our second Venusaur forfeit, we move up from 1074 to 1106, climbing. Unfortunately, the next 3 battles were private, and I was not able to get recordings of them. So Game 3 moved up from 1106 to 1126. Game 4 moved up from 1126 to 1157. We got 4 wins in a row. And then Game 5, unfortunately, we dropped. I wish I had video of that one. I could have explained a misplay I made, but I definitely felt like I could have played that one better. But that's alright. We're 4-1. Let's go. Looking at the team preview, I see Ludicolo with Fake Out and Sableye being a Prankstermon. I know he's going to probably try some funky stuff to throw me off, so I'm going to lead Riolu with my Quick Guard and Calyrex. I'm anticipating a Fake Out, and I'm anticipating something Prankster, maybe a Will-O-Wisp and a Calyrex, so I use Quick Guard just to try and prevent both of them from doing what they want to do. And luckily, I read that like a book. Fake Out, protected, doesn't hit my Calyrex. Sableye tries a taunt, sorry, protected with Quick Guard. Calyrex gets the Trick Room off for free, no damage. I do another Quick Guard to see what they're going to try and do here. Glacial Lance gets a great chunk on both of them. I'm threatening on next turn. Red card gets me out of there. I was not anticipating that, so a great play by them. Drags in Primarina. I didn't even get to choose that. They foul played the Primarina, and now I'm trying to figure out what to do. They scald me. They unfortunately get another burn on Riolu and knock it out. And Primarina was prevented from doing anything on that turn as well. So he uses Quash on Calyrex to make it move last. I want to kill this Sableye because it's annoying, so I Moonblast it. I think I can take anything from Ludicolo with my special defensive investment. Primarina takes the Giga Drain, and Glacial Lance finishes off Ludicolo. So I still have 2 turns of Trick Room. I'm at 1.5 attack, and we are down to their last 2 Mons. He brings in his 2 restricteds, like I predicted, Kyogre with the Rain and Dialga. I'm going to Dynamax here with my 1.5 attack and get a Max Quake off to try and boost my special defense against both of these Mons. So I get my Max Quake on Dialga through the Protect, get the special defense boost, and Moonblast Kyogre to try and lower its special attack. Unfortunately, I don't get the luck there, and he takes Primarina, which I was totally fine with. So now I got a special defense boost on my max special defense Calyrex. I'm still feeling really good about this. I have 1 turn of Trick Room, and you know I'm bringing the Sea Slug in. So Earth Power annihilates Dialga with the choice specs. He wasn't expecting that. I get a Max Quake. I'm double special attack. I've lowered his HP a decent amount where Water Spout's not going to do anything, especially to Gastrodon because I'm already Storm Drain. He has to Ice Beam it and try and kill it before he can Water Spout Calyrex, but he realizes this is futile and the Sea Slug is here to slug ya. Secretly. This match boosts us from 1128 all the way to 1148, and we're feeling great. So, general notes through our first 6 games with this team. Low ladder is just full of weird stuff. It's still not really the meta, so we got to climb further to really counter that. I don't even think we saw Zacian today, so I was like, what even happened? Number 2 note that I took away was we didn't get to use all of our wacky stuff. I didn't even get to show off Rillaboom, and we didn't get to use Heatran once in a game. Because we never saw Zacian. So, the other thing I noticed was Calyrex Ice might be able to shift some of that special defense to attack to optimize this team. So we'll have to keep using it, see how far we can climb with it, and continue to adjust as needed.